Going on, everybody? It is Dave here with the cream. If you're new to the channel, we're a real estate channel, but we do a lot of personal development as well because we believe the more you develop yourself, the better your business is going to be. It's one life, right? It's all connected at the end of the day. We're all connected at the end of the day. We're all spiritual, cosmic beings having this human experience. Yes, we're going to create tons of success in real estate. That's just to give us more freedom so we can grow, continue to learn, have memories with our loved ones, create the life of our dreams is what I'm about and probably what you're about as well. I got to start today. We're talking about overcoming fear and just stopping fear dead in its tracks. And this, what I'm going to share with you, it's simple. And if we do what I'm going to share with you today, it is so powerful, and this is going to help you on so many levels. But I want to start out with a quote from Viktor Frankl. If you don't know who Viktor Frankl is, he's the guy that wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. And this guy was literally in the Holocaust. He was a Holocaust survivor. And you want to talk about, we talk, quite a bit about overcoming adversity, overcoming challenges, right? All the growth that comes from overcoming challenges and adversity. I don't know too many people who have overcome more than people who survived the Holocaust. I mean, this is as real as it gets. But this guy is so dialed in. The book, Man's Search for Meaning, I think we all need to get into this book. Check out this quote, because this ties right into what we're learning here today as far as overcoming fear and stopping fear right in its tracks. Viktor Frankl says, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Let me just say that one more time so we can resonate here for a minute. Between stimulus, meaning the shit that's happening to us, and your response, meaning how you're responding to it, there's this space. So there's this space between what happens to you and how you're going to respond to it. In that space is all of our power to choose our response. When we are choosing our response, everybody, we are in control of our life. We're no longer living this knee-jerk reaction stuff. Okay? So in that space is our power to choose, to consciously choose our response, because that's ultimately going to shape your destiny and shape your future, how you're responding to things. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So everybody, fear happens to all of us. And I'm not talking about some kind of fear where it's just like, I'm afraid of the boogeyman. I'm afraid of, fear is like shivering in fear. You might be sitting here thinking, I'm not afraid of anything, right? Now, fear shows up in different ways, though. Fear is the leading cause of procrastination, right? A lot of times, you got some work you got to do, some sellers you got to call, some kind of data thing, some kind of work for your business or for your life that you got to do, but you procrastinate. And a lot of times that procrastination, it's like fear of the process or fear of doing the work. A lot of times entrepreneurs, everybody, they will fill their schedule full of a lot of, kind of like important but not revenue generating activities, just so they can avoid the work that they're actually afraid of doing. So when we catch ourselves feeling fear, it could be fear of going on camera, it could be fear of going on an appointment, it could be fear of a phone call, fear of a tough conversation, fear to hire someone, fear to fire somebody, fear to fess up to some of the shit that you're doing, right? Fear is real, and it is ingrained into our brain, everybody. We are built with it because, as we've all heard before, we need to have a fear mechanism built into us to protect us, right? It is our mission to live and live on, and humans as a species, we want to live on. So it is built into us, and back in the day, our ancestors, they were afraid of saber-toothed tigers and lions and tigers and bears and the whole deal, right? Like, so you need to kind of have some kind of protection mechanism. But that same protection mechanism, it just wants to protect us. It actually holds us back in many areas because it holds us back from the work that we're afraid of. It's that fear that causes the procrastination. One more time from my man, Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response, and it is in our response that lies our growth and our freedom. So we need to pay attention, everybody. We cannot control what happens outside of us. So let's pause. When shit comes down, that's called being present, being in the present moment, right? We must, as we work on ourselves, as we become, more in control of ourselves. This is the self mastery plan that we are on here, everybody. As we continue down this path, we're going to strengthen that muscle that lies in the present moment, strengthen that muscle to consciously and intentionally control our response. We can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. We can't control the bill that comes in the mail, the tough conversation with the lender. We can't control the tough phone call, raising the money, talking to the seller. This is all part of business. Can't control, you owe somebody money. You got to work out a payment plan. You got to fix a loan. Lord knows I've been here, right? We deal with this stuff and we got to face stuff. When we're dealing with challenges, especially with money in our business, man, I can't tell you how many times, people run and hide. They're afraid to face it. They got that giant ego. They're afraid of looking bad. So that prevents them from facing things and not just taking it head on. So what we're going to do is learn to destroy fear. So where it all starts is the present moment, and what you need to acknowledge and what you need to know first and foremost is remember what you are. Self-realization here, right? Let's take it back. What are you? You're a spiritual cosmic being having this human experience. You're a soul. You don't have a soul, you are a soul. And you're having this experience. This physical experience is what you're doing right now, right? What is the soul's mission and purpose? To grow, to become the best version of itself, and then share that version of itself with others to help them, inspire them. Inspire is in spirit, right? Let your self develop to such a high level that it inspires others to be the best versions of themselves. And then as a collective consciousness, as humanity, we all continue to improve. We are helping each other. Iron sharpens iron. But that's our goal. We're here to overcome challenges and to grow and be the best versions of ourselves. Fear stops us from even taking the challenge on. So first and foremost, when we experience fear, it could be somebody's talking smack about you. Somebody's talking about you online. That's me, right? This is my fear, right? I just that's my ego. I deal with my own stuff too. We grow. We're on this journey together here, everybody. I got people hating on me and I just want to respond, right? I want to respond negatively, right? But I don't, right? I don't, because I'm practicing what I preach. What I'm preaching to you all right now is having that controlled response. Because remember, just like Viktor Frankl just taught us, right? Our response is where all of our growth and freedom lies. So, okay, we got to be conscious and intentional on how we respond to the stimulus, which we cannot control. We can control our response. So whenever this fear pops up, whatever it may be, first and foremost, you must acknowledge. Here's step one. We must acknowledge that what you are feeling, but disassociate your identity from the feeling of fear. Meaning, okay, just say, acknowledge, I'm feeling fear right now. Not, oh shit, I'm afraid. Oh shit, why does this always happen to me? Now you're identifying with it. This is your identity. So separate yourself. Separate your identity from the thing that's happening. Meaning, I'm feeling fear right now. You're not saying I'm afraid or I am fear. Remember, anything that comes after I am is very powerful. I am is the two most powerful words in the whole language, right? We create who we are. So when you say I'm afraid, well, you are being it. Your identity is now being afraid. You are vibrating at the frequency of afraid. You are attracting and creating the essence of how you feel. You're creating more opportunities to feel the way that you feel right now. We must not associate with it. We must disassociate with it. And we do that by acknowledging how you feel. This is how I feel. This isn't who I am. This is how I feel. So step one, I feel afraid. I feel fear. And I'm here to tell you guys, we're not talking about being so fearful I'm going to board up all the windows and sit here with a shotgun in my hand because I'm terrified of somebody breaking and entering. That's like some serious fear. I'm talking day to day here, everybody. It's these little day to day procrastinations and fears that's holding you back. First and foremost, when you find yourself procrastinating, because more than likely it's out of fear, be brutally honest with yourself. What am I I'm holding back? Fill in the blank. I'm being a little beep. That's what I say to myself, right? You know what I'm talking about. I'm being weak. Acknowledge it. I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling afraid, right? Whenever I catch myself in procrastination, I know what it is. It is fear. So the first thing we must do is just acknowledge I'm feeling afraid right now. I'm feeling fear. Number two, we must disassociate with it completely. So number one is just acknowledging how you feel. Number two is disassociating your identity and just knowing I am not fear, but I'm feeling fear. So separate. Now it's this thing outside of you. It's no longer this massive undertaking of your identity. Number one, acknowledge. Number two, you do that disassociation exercise and know that this is not you. It is just how you feel. And then number three, you got to move your attention away. And you move your attention away, like let's pretend you're afraid, you're having fear of having a tough conversation, right? Basically, you got to associate and be like, you know what? The conversation could go great as far as I know. A good one for me that I like to do, everybody, in having these tough moments is say, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not. I got to work something out with somebody. I got to work something out, but I'm not doing anything wrong because my conscience is good. My karma is good, meaning I know I'm not hurting anybody out there. And this is step one. If you're out there hurting people and you're afraid to face something of something you did and you got to pay some karma or something like that, you got to check your actions straight up. I mean, come on. First thing we got to do, everybody, is that, walk in alignment with our higher self. You got to listen to the voice of God speaking to you, right? And make sure you're in alignment through our actions and our behaviors, right? This video is assuming you're already doing that. You're not out there hurting anybody or anything like that. But now when you feel that little fear coming up, for instance, it's a seller or a loan or something with real estate, you're like, look, I'm not doing anything wrong. I got to call this person and maybe have a tough conversation. Maybe I got to fess up to some stuff. Maybe I got to, work out a payment plan or something like that. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing everything right. I'm doing the right thing. The wrong thing to do is to not make the call. The wrong thing to do is to lie about how great everything is, even if it's not, right? When it's not. Brutal honesty. I'm not doing anything wrong. Excuse me. So, number one, we must acknowledge I'm feeling afraid. Number two, we disassociate, meaning I am not this fear. I am my soul. I am the spiritual being having this human experience. I'm not fear. I'm just feeling fear, right? Number three, we're going to move our attention away and be like, look, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing everything right. Right? You're doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. Just to make sure you know that. I'm not doing anything wrong. And then finally, let it go. Let that go. And part of the letting go process is you take the action. You do it. You got to do it. Right? We're not going to accomplish anything in our head. We can't think our way into results here, everybody. As much as we all wish, Think and Grow Rich. I love Napoleon Hill, by the way. One of my top 3 GOAT mentors of all time. Letting it go is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Time to take the action. That's what it's about. So, in summary, one more quick time from my man Viktor Frankl. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. We are choosing our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Ain't that the truth? So when we feel this fear, and I'm not talking about some major fears, because you might be thinking, I don't have any major fears. No, it's the small ones. This is how you're going to destroy it. Because it's all the small ones that are keeping you from action. This is going to get you into action. Number one, you're going to acknowledge how you feel. Number two, you're going to disassociate from this feeling. It is not your identity. Number three, you're going to move your attention. And the way to do that is, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing everything right. I'm doing the right thing. Right? And finally, let it go. And with letting it go comes now we take that action. You pick up the phone and guess what? Once you're done doing this action or whatever it is, isn't it how it always is for all of us? It wasn't that bad, right? So this is going to help you on your journey Everybody, I'm so grateful that you're here. I look forward to making these videos. It is all from the heart. It is all from my head and from my heart. You know, I'm on my daily routine. I'm on the same path as you guys. We're all just trying to get better, be the best versions of ourselves through massive action. We take action regardless of how we feel, right? Regardless of how we feel. When we feel that fear, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to go through these exercises, disassociate from that fear. We're going to take a conscious and present response to all stimulus that comes at us. This is what it's all about, everybody. You know what we're practicing? Self-mastery. Self-mastery. We're going to continue this as well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video.